So today, 20th of June 2020, we are on the third shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 6, which is entitled Creation of the Universal Form. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Shaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtike. Text 3. Sonu Apravisto Bhagavan Cheshtarupena Tam Ganam Bhinnam Samyojayamasa Shuptam Karma Prabodhayan. Saha, that. Anupravishtaha, thus entering later on. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Cheshta Rupena, by his representation of attempt. Kali, Tam, them. Ganam, all the living entities, including the demigods. Bhinnam, separately. Samyojayam, asa, engaged to work. Shuptam, sleeping. Karma, work. Prabodhayan, enlightening. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thus, when the person of Godhead entered into the elements of his energy, all the living entities were enlivened into different activities, just as one is engaged in his work after awakening from sleep. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanaanjan Salakaya Chaksmritam Tasmai Sri Gurube Namah Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishnava Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadadi Thupadindikam Bande Ham Sri Guru Shada Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamja Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sagana Raghunathan Vidyatam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijan Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanto Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapti Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanashwati Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vangsha Kalvataru Vaishya Kripashindu Vayavacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaputre Shmiji Pitaka Samani Namani Namacharya Padaya Nitya Kirpa Partane Gaur Gadada Madaya Nagar Gamtani Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnaputre Shmati Bhaktivedanta Samani Namani Namaste Sarvadeve Gaurvani Pracharani Nivisheshwanevadi Pasaditane. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhaktam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. So Anuparvishto Bhagavan Cheshtarupena Tam Ganam Pinnam Samyojayamasa Suptam Karma Prabodhayan. So Maitreya Rishi is informing Vidura that the person of Godhead entered in the elements by his energies and as if they have awakened from the sleep. Because the Pradhana or Mahatattva was in a slumber state and all the jivas, they were inactive there or long slumber as you say, and by the will of the Lord everybody they come into being and Lord entered simultaneously in every one of them. As I said, these are all quite scientific, so not much philosophy. We'll try to understand more clearly through the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Every individual soul remains unconscious after the dissolution of the creation and thus enters into the Lord with his material energy. These individual living entities are conditioned, soul, everlasting, but in each and every material creation, they are given a chance to liberate themselves and become free from the soul. So since we know the characteristics of the soul, it is eternal, unborn, cannot be destroyed, cannot be weathered, cannot be fired, cannot be cut into the pieces. So the soul remains inactive in the period of dissolution or as long as the Lord so desire. And again, by the agency of the Lord, Krishna, they come into their semi-conscious state and then fully conscious state, and they act whatever the leftover desire they had. Some will be doing the bhakti, some will be exploiting the material nature, somebody doing the philanthropic activities, and so many things so on. The leftover desire, whatever they have got, they start from there. Prabhupada further says, they are all given a chance to take advantages of the Vedic wisdom and find out that their relationship with the Supreme Lord, how they can be liberated, and what the ultimate profit is in such liberation. As a matter of fact, the Sanatana Dharma, the teaching of Sanatana Dharma is so big, if anybody touches anything, he can mold his life according to that. The Vedas, which has come from the mouth of Brahma, which has been installed, Tene Adi Hriday Kaviye. This jnana was given by the Lord, installed in the heart of Brahma, and Brahma just spoke. And when Vedas come out, so those who are Veda parties, they don't believe in Krishna. They simply believe in the Vedas. And what is Vedas? Triguna. Vedas deal with only three modes of material nature. And then many great Veda parties, it could be Chaturvedi, Trivedi, Dvivedi, Ekvedi, and Mishra and things like that. Would you believe? They don't believe in Krishna. They believe only in Omkara. They believe only on the mantras. And that's it. And they think this all is not required. They do not know Bhagavad Gita 15.15. Vedesha sarvair aham eva vedyaha. From the Vedas, I am to be known. They don't accept. Because so perfect knowledge is given by Ved Vyasa, which he had sometime been scolded by his Guru Narada Muni, that's why he has written like that. There are so many people, they don't believe in Krishna and Rama. They believe in mantras, and so they say that there is no mantra. A prana pratishtha mantra is not at all anywhere in the Vedas. You talk of Samaveda, Yajurveda, Raghuveda, Triveda, these are not there. So see, this knowledge is so very vast that if anybody catches the one point, he can spend his whole life. Of course, really, graduation will be there, that's a different thing. But this is the problem of the Veda parties. They do not know what is Vedanta. They do not know the Veda Vyasa who has compiled the Vedas. Then he has written Vedanta Sutra of the combination of the Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, and further he explained Vedanta Sutra. They don't agree to this. They say no. The deity worship is not recommended because Krishna never said it. So why I'm talking it? This is because the Vedas all are given a chance to take advantage of Vedic wisdom. Vedic wisdom means what is the essence of the Vedas? That's the Vedic wisdom. Not that, okay, you may be very expert in pronouncing the mantras and doing yagnas, hotras. Yes, agreed, no doubt about it. But what is the ultimate aim? They fail to. So this is the flower. Yatra gunaya vishaya veda naistriya guna bhavarjuna. So you might come in cross. Definitely you will come in cross with so many people that they may challenge you. That you say your deity is a pran pratishtha, so many mantra pran pratishtha. They do not know if Krishna says I can be found in that, that is his promise and his instruction. Nobody understands that. Furthermore, Prabhupada says, by properly studying the Vedas, one become conscious of his position and thus take to the transcendental devotional service of the Lord and is gradually promoted to the spiritual sky. But the Veda parties, they don't. They don't do devotional service. They only chant the mantras so fluently and very nicely, and they can invoke. But after you see, after they have maybe spoken or recited the Vedas, the Samhitas, and for hours together, they become very puffed up that we've achieved something. They don't become humble. Furthermore, Prabhupada says, the individual soul in the material world engages in different activities according to their past unfulfilled desire. Everybody cannot become Krishna conscious. Everybody may not become Ram conscious. Everybody may not become the worshipper of Vishnu. Some will, different devas. Devan deva jayo yanti mad bhakta yanti mamapi. Krishna said, okay, no problem. Whatever faith you place in, I make your frame, the form, faith form in that. It is something amazing. Sometimes you laugh. You may not have any answer to give, but you laugh. What kind of argument are they putting? So Prabhupada says unfinished desire. After the dissolution of the particular body, the individual soul forgets everything, but the all-merciful Lord, who situated in everyone's heart as a witness, the super soul awakens him and reminds him of his past desire. See, again is by the mercy of the Lord. And thus he begins to act according to in his next life. So this is a continuation process. Somebody become very smart, somebody is very dull. Somebody can understand when just is spoken. Somebody can't even remember even if he had ratified this for maybe 1 month in his life. Man, so many things. Very, very difficult really. Furthermore, Prabhupada says, the unseen guidance is described as fate. So this guidance, this desire is known as fate. Isn't it in my fate? Well, that's what we have acquired. And the sensible man can understand that this continues his material bondage in the three moods of material nature. The bhagya, of course, is written. And we all know it's very, very difficult to change the bhagya. How? By our own desire, by our own endeavor. We cannot. But Krishna, who is the supreme of all, he can change. He can rewrite. He can squash it up. He can refine it. That he can do. That's why the devotees, they don't believe much in fate. They know, yoga kshema bahamyam. That Krishna said, he'll take care of us. And this yoga kshema bahamyam, we think, our money, our property, our bank balance, our fame, our name. No, not that. Yoga kshemam, the remembrance of Krishna, is a daily. Maintain it. The unconscious sleeping stage of the living entity, just after the partial or total dissolution of the creation, is wrongly accepted as the final stage of life by some less intelligent philosopher. When somebody is dead, we say, okay, Kriya Karam, finish. Not finished. The another journey has begun. It could be immediate, it could be after some time. But nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtat akarmakrit. Not even 1 second can one, at the soul, can live without doing anything except in the dissolution. After the dissolution of the partial material body, a living entity remains unconscious only for a few months. And after that total dissolution of the material creation, he remains unconscious for many millions of years. Furthermore, Prabhupada says, but when the creation is again revived, he is awakened to his work. He is awakened to his work by the Lord. The living entity is eternal, and the awakeful state of his consciousness, maintained by activities in his natural condition of life. He cannot stop acting while awake, and thus he acts according to his diverse desire. Beautiful purport by Srila Prabhupada. When his desires are trained by the transcendental service of the Lord, his life becomes perfect and he is promoted to the spiritual sky to enjoy the eternal awakening of the life. So, this is the creation of the subject matter of creation of the universal form. Slowly, gradually, we will come to know how the things are taking shape. I'll take the text forward also, it's a quick one. Sorry. Prabhuddha karma devena triyo bimsitiko ganaha prerito anjayat swavir matravir adipurusham. Prabhuddha, awakened, karma, activities, devena, by the will of the Supreme, Taraya Vimshaha, Tarabam Shityakaha, by the 23 principal ingredients, Ganaha, the combination, Preritaha, induced by Anjayat, manifested, Swabhihi, by his personal, Matravihi, plenary expansion, Adipurusham, the gigantic universal form, Virat Rupa. When the 23 principal elements were set in action by the will of the Supreme, the gigantic universal form or the Vishwarupa body of the Lord came into existence. Small purport. The Virata Rupa or Vishwarupa, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, which is very much appreciated by the impersonalist, is not an eternal form of the Lord. After seeing the Vishwarupa in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, I want to see this your 200 form. This is too much to bear." He agreed, too much to bear. It is manifested by the supreme will of the Lord after the ingredients of the material creation. Lord Krishna exhibited this Virata or Vishwarupa to Arjuna just to convince the impersonalist that he is the original person of Godhead Krishna, exhibited by the Virata Rupa. It is not that Krishna was exhibited by Virata Rupa. The Virata Rupa is not therefore an eternal form of the Lord exhibited in the spiritual sky. It is the material manifestation of the Lord. Like sometimes you may get angry. That is not your actual form. Sometimes you may become very, very compassionate. That is not your original form. Your unique form is the way you behave. All of a sudden, the change of the behavior does not make you one. It is electrifying sensation sometimes may act, baladivan yujataha, but actually we are not that. So similarly, the Virata Rupa, Vishwarupa of the Krishna is not an actual. It happened to be to prove something, to tell Arjuna something, to convince him, it could be. Like you may show your anger, but you are not an angry person at all. Purpose is, the Virata Rupa is not therefore an eternal form of the Lord exhibited in the spiritual sky. It is material manifestation of the Lord. The Archa Vigraha or the worshipable deity in the temple is in the similar manifestation of the Lord for the neophyte. See, who says that the Krishna never said that you worshiping Acha Vigraha. Here is Prabhupada is saying. And even in Srimad Bhagavatam says, Saili, Darumahi, Luhi, Lipeki, Saukati, Manumayi, Manamayi, Ashtavidacha Smrataha. He has already said it. But for argument's sake, they are saying, no. You are concocting it. He has not said it. He has not said in the Vedas. So if it is not said in the Vedas, that outside of the Vedas, we don't accept. Well, that's up to you. So, but in spite of their material touch, such form of the Lord as the Virata and Archa are all non-different from the eternal form of Lord Krishna. Though it is a temporary, we accept it, but there is a non-difference. That's what Krishna says. In his name, his Vigraha, in his paraphernalia, in his Nama, in his Sabdarupa, he is one and the same. And why people don't understand is, Janma karma chame divyam. My karmas are divya. Very, very difficult to understand. Everybody cannot understand. A small boy may not understand the quantum physics. Even if you tell him gradually, systematically. No, you don't. He cannot understand. So therefore many will not accept. And in the end, Lord has said, Sarva dharman paritejya. So Veda is one of the dharma, and he is saying, give it up. They will not accept it. They don't agree to it. But we do. We know Krishna and Adbhut Karmana. He can do wonderful activities, wonderful things. Why can't he do this? So this is the way of really understanding the Bhagavatam in this way. People putting forward many logic, why this, why not, why this, why not. I understand that what they are saying is, well, the question might come, and there is nothing wrong if somebody is ask the questions, As we say, Krishna says, Tesham evanukam partham aham agnanajam tamaha nasyad me atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhashata. He says, I only lit the lamp of knowledge to remove the darkness. Now it is his prerogative to whom, where and when he does that. Furthermore, really, somewhere I was thinking, it was a very nice anecdote will coming sometime. I trying to find it. यानि ते चरितानीशा मनुष्याः साधवो खलु शृण्वन्तः कीर्तयन्तश्च तरिषन्त्यञ्जसा तमः. My dear Lord, those who pious and saintly person who in the age of Kali hear about your transcendental activities and also glorify them will easily cross over the darkness of this age. The age of Kali is Kalo Tat Hari Kirtana. Simply chanting, reading, repeating, many times rotifying can bring the best of the result for us. And what is the result? That Jaya Atma Suprasiddhati. When you feel very ecstatic, even not having anything, if you're feeling very, very happy within yourself, then you are on the transcendental plane. So I think with this I'll come to the conclusion of my talk, and that also ends the translation purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 6, Text 3 and 4, by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.